Welcome to our travel guide about ancient Egypt. Get set for an exciting trip back in time, exploring an incredibly fascinating culture. Ancient Egypt started more than 4,000 years ago. It's a place known for its huge pyramids, powerful pharaohs, gods, and the Nile River, which had an important role in shaping human history. The age and complexity of this civilization are really amazing, and its influence never ends. Ancient Egypt has many interesting mysteries. Its once puzzling hieroglyphs writing now help us discover the secrets of this old time. Its huge buildings, still impressive, continue to amaze us today. These structures remind us of a culture that we still don't fully understand. The mystery of the unknown pulls us in, encouraging us to search more, to learn, to understand. And that's just what we aim to do. As we explore this ancient place, we'll uncover 15 of its most impressive structures, each a strong reminder of Egypt's remarkable civilization. Let's start our journey. Our first stop is the Step Pyramid of Djoser. This is the earliest big building made of stone, and every traveler should visit it. It was built under the watchful eye of the architect Imhotep. This pyramid was a new and different building, marking a change from tombs made of mud bricks to landmarks made of stone. Its six-layer, four-sided design was a big achievement of its time. It set the groundwork for a time of amazing stone buildings, which is what Egypt well known. Don't forget to take some photos. As we move on, we come to the Great Pyramids of Giza, a perfect example of the building talent of the ancient Egyptians. They were built as the final resting places of the pharaohs, and they are a wonderful sight. The way each stone was carefully placed remains a mystery and is still intriguing today. The Great Pyramids of Giza aren't just tombs, but symbols of power and everlasting life. They reflect the belief in life after death of the ancient Egyptians. These pyramids, standing strong through the years, marked the start of Egypt's impressive history. Next, we're going to see some amazing temples in Karnak and Luxor. These temples are on the east side of the Nile River. They show us how grand and important religion was to the ancient Egyptians. The Karnak Temple is a big collection of holy places, big doors, and stone columns. It's known to be the biggest religious building ever built. It's so huge, covering over 200 acres, it shows just how ambitious and creative the ancient Egyptians were. Here there's a big hall with 134 tall columns. This creates a kind of forest made out of stone that's really impressive and precise. Not far away we find the Luxor Temple. It has beautiful pillars and statues. It was a very important place for religion, where they held a big festival every year to celebrate Pharaoh, their leader. The temple's design, from its big entrance to the pathway of Sphinx statues, shows the power and respect of the pharaohs who once walked here. As we go further, we find the Temple of Hatshepsut, which is built against the cliffs of Deir el-Bahari. This temple is different from usual temple designs, with open courtyards and columns that look great with the landscape around it. It's a monument to one of Egypt's interesting leaders, Hatshepsut, a woman who became pharaoh even though it wasn't common. Her story, just like the temple, stands out and is extraordinary. It's been preserved in stone for thousands of years. These temples, with their tall columns and detailed, show us the skill and mastery of the ancient Egyptians in both religion and architecture. They make us want to go back in time and imagine being in the shoes of pharaohs and their priests. These sites are great for people who love history and taking photos, blending the ancient past with beautiful views. Let's take a trip to the Valley of the Kings and Queens. This special place is full of hushed voices and stories, where every echo tells us a story from history, displayed in detailed stone carvings and complex designs on the tombs. These tombs aren't just the final resting places of kings and queens, they're like gateways to another world, showing the ancient Egyptians' deep belief in life after death. The great culture that once existed is shown very clearly in the Valley of the Kings and Queens, with its main focus on the soul's journey after death. Each tomb, carved deep into the desert, was made to protect the spirit of the royal person buried there through the challenges of the afterlife. The walls of the tombs are decorated with amazing paintings and writings, showing the royal journey to the afterlife, rituals and prayers to the gods. The tomb of Tutankhamun, the boy king, is a famous discovery in this valley. Found in the early 1900s, the tomb contained many treasures, including the famous golden death mask, which we now think of as a symbol of ancient Egypt. This discovery showed the world the wealth and artistic skill of this ancient civilization, revealing a group of artifacts made to travel with the young king into the afterlife. Visiting the tombs in the Valley of the Kings and Queens gives us a fascinating look into the beliefs, hopes, and fears of the ancient Egyptians. They tell stories of life and death, gods and people, and a culture that believed in the everlasting power of the spirit. These stories remind us that life is short, and the afterlife is forever, as the ancient people saw it. As we quietly walk through these halls of the dead, we come face to face with the personal beliefs and hopes of a civilization long gone. Still, the influence of these tombs inspiring and exciting us, showing us a glimpse of a world that once existed, and making us think about the desire for eternal life. Let's carefully and respectfully step down into this historical valley, taking good care of the tombs and making sure we leave everything as we found it. As we finish our trip, we leave the spooky tombs and move to the last cool spot on our tour, the Great Sphinx. This huge statue, the Sphinx, adds to the magic of old Egypt. Its big shadow on the Giza plateau makes it seem like it's guarding the desert. We're not sure who built this giant statue or why. Some people think it was for religious reasons. Others think it was to show how strong the king was. It seems lots of secrets, a mystery in stone that's puzzled people for many years. Made, like a lot of things about old Egypt, might be a question we never get an answer to. But isn't that part of the fun? The excitement of not knowing, the joy of discovering. As we finish our tour, don't forget to make a wish before leaving the Sphinx. Hope you leave with a better understanding of the greatness, and mystery of old Egypt, a civilization with a big, important history that always makes us feel amazed and curious. Thank you for watching.